And now, presented by Sprite, the 2K pregame show.
Along with Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and we're starting to get a sense of how this season will develop. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. Tip-off coming up here, and teamwork and team chemistry and what makes a good teammate, Shaq.
Well, it's a brotherhood, Ernie. You want to play with guys who have your back, guys who care as much about your success as their own, and guys who put the team first.
And does winning just follow when you have that kind of a brotherhood on a team?
It actually does, but you have to throw another word in there, Ernie, respect. You have to respect each other. You don't have to like each other, but you must respect each other.
Things to remember about teamwork in the NBA. Let's go to Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and by my side, Clark Kellogg and the sharpshooter Steve Kerr. Coming in off the road, the Pelicans are back in New Orleans for this one. And back in action is Anthony Davis. They are more than happy. He is suited up and ready to play.
Evan, you know, injuries can really be tough. The pain, the rehab, the monotony, not being able to help your team out on the court, all of that weighs on you. I'm sure he's excited and relieved to be back in uniform.
Oh, no question, Clark. He's been working so hard to get to this point. And when you get injured and you have to sit out for a while, it just really makes you appreciate getting back onto the court.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Cleveland, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Thompson in at center.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving. Well, it was only recently that the Cavs fans were worried that they'd lose Kyrie Irving in free agency, much like they'd lost LeBron. Now, not only has LeBron returned, but the Cavs have locked up Irving to a long-term contract.
Pelicans on D. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Monty Williams.
There haven't been many players that have the physical prowess of LeBron James, and he knows that this is going to pose a lot of problems for his team. He told me the most amazing thing to him about LeBron was that he has the ability to be a force at virtually any position on the floor, from point guard to center. He can and does do it all, guys.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Ashik, no good. Last outing for the New Orleans Pelicans. It was a loss to Dallas.
They just couldn't get the ball in the basket that day, guys. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, it's hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yeah, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. They need to work a lot harder to get good shots today.
And here's Holiday following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Gordon with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. And Holiday kicks to Evans. 6 on the shot clock. 11 feet away. That's good. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Holiday against Irving. Love with the screen for Irving. Waiters, good, and the assist goes to Irving.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
It's tipped and stolen by LeBron. Irving passes to LeBron. Dishes it to Waiters. Love with the screen on Evans. Shot clock at 5. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Waiters no luck.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
In the corner, it's Gordon. He kicks to Evans. Poked loose. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's James. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. They get it back. Soft touch off the glass. James has got his second basket of the night.
They've got themselves in front with some outstanding shooting right off the bat.
Yeah, it's been a clinic at that end of the floor, no question.
Holiday dishes to Gordon. The feed to Davis. Evans outside. Pass to Ashik. 6 to shoot. And James pulls it down.
Well, he had to fade away there. The defense was all over him, and he got it off, just couldn't get it to go.
The pass to Irving. And Waiters kicks to Love. And Davis pulls it down.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Davis with a screen on Irving. Holiday the pass to Gordon. Holiday dishes to Gordon. Back to Holiday to end the drought. And the layup is up and in. Holiday's got his second basket of the game.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Outside Irving. Love with the screen for Irving. And Waiters kicks to James. Puts up the baby hook. The shot is off. Pelicans trail by 5. Holiday the pass to Gordon. Evans with it. He's picked up by James. Gordon dishes to Holiday. Outside Gordon. Left side Gordon, and he gets the bucket.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You could see that there.
Now, here is Irving. Playing Oklahoma City, he was nearly unstoppable. Left side, Love. It's stolen by Davis. Now Evans. Now the dish to Davis. Eric Gordon on the wing. Outside Holiday. Evans outside. Clock at 6. Shoots. The shot by Holiday, no good. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off a good outing against the Thunder.
And you know what was most impressive? They've wasted very few possessions in that game. They ran their offense close to perfection.
That's what we call a mute button game in front of a hostile crowd. They never let the fans get into it. Had them on their hands the whole time.
Now here's Gordon. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Yeah, not to mention 4 big steals on the night. He was getting it done at both ends of the floor.
Goes back up, and he lays it up and in. Ashik's got his first bucket in this one.
Not a really great start for him, as he just isn't shooting the ball that effectively here early on.
James kicks to Irving. Love with the screen on Holiday. Irving passes to Love. And another miss by Cleveland.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Evans attacking, and Thompson sends it back. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for New Orleans. And then for Cleveland, Farajao comes in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Marion in for Kevin Love. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Well, last season, Tristan Thompson made the decision to change his shooting hand, Clark. He went from shooting with his left to now shooting with his right hand.
Yeah, I've not heard of anything quite like that before, but he improved his free throw shooting substantially as a result of the change, and he gets to the line fairly often, so I think that's a nice development. I love that young man's work ethic and what he brings to a team in terms of rebounding and physicality.
I think LeBron's going to like playing with him.
I agree.
Here's Waiters following the basket by Anthony Davis. Waiters dishes to Irving. Marion a screen on Gordon. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Well, Thompson is ambidextrous. You know, he throws the baseball right-handed, writes with his left. And you got to give him credit for taking a chance with a whole new method of shooting, and it's paying dividends.
And Thompson prone to getting his shot blocked inside despite his length and athleticism. You know, being ambidextrous, you would think that he at some point developed that ability to be a better finisher inside with either hand. We'll see.
Well, Clark, a bit of a down year shooting-wise for Kyrie Irving last season.
Yeah, it sure was, and you heard some sources within the Cavs organization questioning his leadership, too. I mean, the chemistry in Cleveland, not really where it needed to be, kind of a mess all season, quite honestly. And Irving is still young and has a lot on his shoulders and maybe started to show some of the frustration with the expectations and demands that have been placed on him. But now, you know, as he continues to grow as a leader, having LeBron James there and some other veterans who've come in should really help smooth that out for the young standout.
And Davis can't get it to go. For Cleveland, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Waiters gets a wide-open look. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Waiters got 5.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And for Irving, a chance to learn from the best player in the world. Beyond winning more games, I think it'll really help his development as a player and a leader, too.
That's guaranteed.
Now, here is Holiday. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Yeah, he picked his spots in that game, too, Kevin, because I thought he not only did a nice job scoring, but setting up his teammates as well.
Here's LeBron. The lead is 2. Feeds it to Waiters. Well, the Cavaliers largely underachieved last season. A big part of that was constantly dealing with distractions the entire season, it seemed.
Yeah, it certainly appeared that way. It was always something with players fighting in-house or items getting leaked to the media and causing things to get stirred up. It's very hard when those distractions are circulating for you to be effective.
Free throw, good. Waiters. And with Cleveland, it was just a train of events that led to the bad environment between players getting into it with each other and saying they wanted out of Cleveland. Some players saying it was about their brand and nothing else. They did everything they could do to get things in order this summer and did a pretty good job at it.
On better footing now, for sure. And for the Cavs, they needed to have a big change in culture, and they seemingly did that with bringing LeBron back into the fold and hiring Black. You can expect them to be solely focused on winning games this season.
And here are the Cavaliers now, following the shot by Drew Holiday.
Shawn Marion, with 15 years in the NBA, a very good 15 years, basically talked about retiring even though he was still playing well at the conclusion of last season. Although I guess he did have a change of heart.
And Marion, a 4-time All-Star, one of the most athletic and versatile players in league history. Still an excellent role player, even after all these years.
And Marion has made a good chunk of change over his career, a lot of money. He said he wanted to walk away while he could still walk.
Yeah, well, he can't walk, and his game certainly could still walk and talk. An excellent defender, an energy player, a stat sheet stuffer. I'm quite pleased that he hasn't decided to hang him up yet.
Rivers with it. There's the screen. Pass to Rivers. Lets it fly from 18. And he overshot that one, missing.
And you know why he was open there. He has trouble making that shot.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Pelicans trail by 8. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Miller with a screen on Waiters. Fredette with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Elbow shot is on the way. It's rebounded by Cleveland. James has got his 5th rebound in this one. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, LeBron James having his nose broken last season by Serge Ibaka. Short of that, he can seem at times invulnerable. His durability, just one more thing that sets him apart.
And LeBron over his career dealing with a few back issues, but he's been able to remain remarkably healthy.
Kevin, incredibly durable given the punishment he absorbs night in and night out and the load he's asked to carry by his team at both ends of the floor. That's another element that makes you shake your head about what he's been able to do in his career.
You're right. You're right.
Well, LeBron said last season that he just couldn't see leaving the Heat. But I guess he came around. The championship foundation in Miami, but some cracks started to show, and now he's back in Cleveland.
And for LeBron, Clark, you think from a competitive standpoint, it might have made sense for him to leave Miami?
I don't know if it was driven by competitive reasons. quite honest, I mean, with the new luxury tax, it had gotten harder for the Heat to add talent to that superstar core. You know, on the Cavs side, LeBron can command the max and play with some younger up-and-coming players who are a relative bargain on their rookie contracts. But I think it went deeper than that. I think it really was about the pull of Northeastern Ohio being stronger than any other consideration for him and his family.
Huge advantage for them already.
And as well as they've played at both ends so far, this lead might continue to grow.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Well, he's got to be disappointed with his team's play over the course of this run. And, you know, thus the timeout. You got to talk things over, try to get back into the game.
Something has to change for them as they haven't looked good at all during this run. So a timeout is appropriate here.
Pelicans trail by 12. Here's Rivers, and he gets it to go. There's 1:38 left in the first quarter. Dellavedova kicks to James. Marion setting the pick for James. That's good. James has got 8 points.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
Now here's Rivers, and Anderson kicks to Fredette. Pass to Rivers. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Miller with a screen on James. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Fredette. Here's Anderson. Waiters grabs the miss.
Really good performance so far on the boards for this club.
Boy, I like the way they've done a great job carving out space under the basket when the shots have gone up.
Now here's Waiters, another key contributor in that nice win against Oklahoma City. Dellavedova kicks to Varejao.
Anderson Varejao, a quality defensive center, great rebounder, moves his feet well, anticipates, plays with a ton of energy, and he's one of those irritants. He gets under a lot of guys' skin.
For Cleveland, they have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. 35 seconds left to play in the first. Now here's Rivers. It's Salmons atop the key. Anderson a screen on James. And it's Miller in the corner. And the 3 off target. And here's Cleveland. They're on an 18-4 run. James, the pass to Dellavedova. Back to LeBron. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. 10 points for LeBron.
Now they've gotten something out of just about every possession, and their defense has been just as good. Masterful performance across the board.
And don't forget, on the road, too.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Cavaliers lead by 15. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
Coming up next Sunday night, December 14th, Joakim Noah and the Chicago Bulls go up against Dwayne Wade and the Miami Heat. Be there.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Cavaliers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve.
Pelicans trail by 15, and so in the game for the Cavaliers, we've got Thompson. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Marion in at the small forward. Gordon against Love. 4 on the clock. And it's blocked by Love. They get it back, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
A moment here now to take a look at some of the numbers for Kevin Love. 7th in three-point field goal percentage, 13th in scoring. And in terms of rebounding, he's in the top 20 in the league, so a guy who can really take care of the boards for you.
And, Steve, I really think he deserves an awful lot of credit for making it into the top 10 in three-point shooting. I mean, that's pretty high-quality marksmanship when you're a top 10 three-point shooter.
Love with the screen on Rivers. Irving attacking to the wing right side. Love, no good.
He slipped into quite a funk here, Clark.
I think that's a good word to describe it. I mean, the basket is looking awfully small to him at the moment.
Anderson, a screen on Irving. Rivers dishes to Gordon. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Gordon's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for New Orleans. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Irving attacking. Cannot hit.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick. Just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity.
Anderson, a screen on Irving. Rivers kicks to Gordon. There's the pick. He dishes it to Rivers. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. So for the Pelicans, Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Anderson. Evans comes in for John Salmons. And it's Holiday in for Austin Rivers. And Cleveland with a change here too. Jones checked in for Sean Marion. The Cavaliers leading by 13. Well, for the Pelicans, Steve, going for the playoffs last season, they did give up a lot of their financial flexibility.
Well, big contracts for Tyreke Evans and Drew Holiday. You know, they've established their court. Now they have to make internal improvement to take that next step.
He hit a three in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Outside Holiday. Back to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Gordon's got 4 this quarter.
And, you know, much like the Holiday trade gave away some valuable assets, the Pelicans also lost some pieces with the Evans signing, trading away 2 starters in Gravis Vasquez and Robin Lopez. They're hoping what they've added will outweigh the losses. And typically in trades, and when you're trying to build a playoff-type team, you have to give up value to get value.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, the big storyline, obviously, LeBron James deciding to return to Cleveland this offseason. LeBron said, "I feel my calling here goes above basketball. I have a responsibility to lead in more ways than one, and I take that very seriously. My presence can mean more here where I am from. I'm ready to accept the challenge." Kevin, he's looking to uplift his community.
No place like home, Doris. No place like home. Thank you. Dellavedova, the pass to Irving. Tries to snap the cold streak. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Well, you talk about the big contracts for the Pelicans. Eric Gordon, actually their highest paid player. And, you know, he was a nice return piece in that Chris Paul trade, but injuries have bothered him, and at times he seemed unhappy in New Orleans. We'll see if he can turn the corner with this young club.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Cleveland.
What great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play, contesting everything, starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And Gordon drops them both.
Well, trade rumors circulated around Eric Gordon last season. Makes you wonder if there was some buyer's remorse from the Pelicans after they matched the Suns' 4-year, almost $60 million offer sheet.
Love with the screen on Gordon. It's a pick by Love. Dellavedova kicks to Love. Stolen by Gordon. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. lays it up and banks it in. Gordon's got 8 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
And for Eric Gordon, guys who had expressed some dissatisfaction with the situation in New Orleans, rumors, in fact, existed of a rift last season with him and Coach Monty Williams.
Well, that frequently happens on teams that are struggling like the Pelicans did last year. And, you know, sometimes the contract can make a trade more difficult, so he may be stuck in New Orleans. And in the end, you just have to get healthy and deliver and make the best of whatever situation you're in.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They went to Cleveland for their last meeting with the Cavaliers, and they came out with a win.
You know, that last game I thought was an evenly played game, but the difference was the big discrepancy in the free throw percentage in their favor. That's what helped them win.
LeBron's checked in for Jones. And now a quick look at some very potent men in the middle lately. The highest scoring big men in the past 10 games. Number 1, Kevin Love.
That is major productivity in the paint, guys. They would love to get more and more of that from him going forward, because a scoring big man like that, they're not easy to find.
Yeah, you know what? And it's those moves he'll bust on you that make him the force that he is. You know, the step back, the back down, the up and under stuff, whatever it might be. He can take you to school in a lot of different ways.
Well, Clark, it doesn't do any good to get to the line if you're only going to hit one of the 2 free throws.
You're exactly right, Kevin. You don't want the hack-a-shack strategy to be your way for a team to beat you. You want it to be a last resort strategy.
5 to shoot. Irving kicks to James. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Gordon's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Well, that's an aggressive play, trying to get that rebound. Maybe a little too aggressive.
And it was totally unnecessary, Steve. He was in no position to get to that ball. He should have just conceded.
Pelicans trailed by 8. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Outside Gordon. There's the 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And that's 15 points for Eric Gordon.
Man, he has been their unquestioned leader offensively this quarter.
James kicks to Irving. Lots of room. And he hits the jump shot. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Holiday dishes to Davis. Back to Holiday. He feeds it to Gordon. Here's Holiday, averaging 14 points a game. From deep three-point range, Love grabs the board.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And here is LeBron. He had a 30-point outing their last game against Oklahoma City.
And when you talk about his scoring, Kevin, I mean, with the defense trying to pressure him, I thought he did a really nice job of getting them to overcommit, and you know, that's how he got himself to the free throw line. Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Kevin Love, I think, solidifying his place last season among the best players in the world. A first-time starter in the All-Star game, and incredible numbers. 26 points, over 12 boards a game in the regular season.
And GM's agreeing, voting Kevin Love the top power forward going into last season. He did nothing to dissuade him. I mean, he's a great scorer, and he's been in the top 3 in rebounding for 3 of the last 4 seasons.
Both free throws good from Kevin Love.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year, and a lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Kevin Love. This past month or so, he's really given the fans a lot to watch. 10th in three-point field goal percentage, 11th in scoring, and in terms of rebounding, he's in the top 20 in the league, so a guy who can really take care of the boards for you.
And, Steve, I really think he deserves an awful lot of credit for making it into the top 10 in three-point shooting. I mean, that's pretty high-quality marksmanship when you're a top 10 three-point shooter.
Ashik, the pass to Holiday. And Ashik kicks to Holiday. good on the 13-footer. Holiday's got his third bucket of the night.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came onto the floor. It was something they needed to address in the offseason, and they did.
It's a pick by Love. Irving dishes to Love. Another miss by Love.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at Oklahoma City. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And checking out New Orleans, they find themselves in the dregs of the conference.
When I look at New Orleans, they've proven they have a long way to go if they're going to be a competitive team in this league.
And even if they weren't expected to play at a high level this year, I think most people felt they were capable of being better than what they're showing right now.
The 10-footer bounces high off the rim and drops. Love's got 9. And for the Cavs, depth certainly won't be an issue this time around. A lot of changes and growth for them, resulting in a much deeper and talented roster.
And, you know, Kevin, people still underestimate the importance of having a strong bench. The Cavs really struggled with that last year, but with LeBron starting and pushing former starters to the bench, they'll be in a much stronger position.
Irving passes to LeBron. Love with the screen on Evans. LeBron drives in, and yes, sir, that one drops.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Jimmer Fredette, he's checked in for Gordon. Anderson Varejão's checked in for the Cavaliers. Waiters comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Pelicans trail by 10. Outside Holiday. Kicks to Ashik. Six on the shot clock. Here's Fredette. Second chance shot. Ashik no good. Cleveland leading by Love with the screen for Irving. Now Love inside. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Varejão with a screen on Holiday. Irving kicks to Varejão. The kick out to Irving. James dishes to Love. And Ashik sends it back. Wow! Davis with a screen on Waiters. Fredette, the pass to Davis. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Davis has got 8.
He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Irving kicks to Waiters. Dishes to Love. Lets it fly. Again, Love missing. Pelicans trail by 10. Now Fredette. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Holiday dishes to Fredette. Davis sets a screen. And it's Evans in the corner. No luck. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And the dunk by LeBron.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Yeah, this is threatening to get kind of ugly out here.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And Davis can't get it to go. Cleveland leading by 12. High post shot. James with another miss. Fredette kicks to Holiday. The feed now to Fredette. On the wing, Evans. Passes it to Davis. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Davis has got 6 in the quarter.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Irving kicks to James. And they double up James. Irving with a clean look. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. James has got 5 assists tonight.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They sure are. That's 3 straight buckets that have come off of assists.
Holiday, the pass to Fredette. Evans up top. He kicks it to Fredette. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
54 seconds left in the second quarter. James sets the screen for Irving. Now Love inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on you.
Davis setting the pick for Evans. In the corner, Ashik with it. And there's the pass to Fredette. In low to Davis. And blocked. But they'll get another chance. Fredette can't hit.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
LeBron dishes to Irving. Back to LeBron. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Six seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Holiday, and he gets the bucket. Holiday's got 10. And so that's the end of the first half. Cavaliers ahead, up 11. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, guys, I'm here with Anthony Davis. And Anthony, based on how the game has been going so far, what's your attitude going to be when you come out to play the second half?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So, we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
Anthony, thank you. Guys, it should be all business when you step between the lines.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
What a game for LeBron. He has 17 points and the 2 nice steals as well.
He has been fundamentally sound today, making great passes and knocking down his free throws.
And, guys, those are 2 things they've really needed from him.
And so it's New Orleans with it. They trail by 11. Well, the Pelicans last season tried to make a push for the playoffs, but a slew of injuries really held them back.
But even at full strength, Kevin, this team was fighting for the 8th seed, still young and developing. You've got to give this group time to grow because I think they've got some nice pieces.
The backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. Evans and Davis are your small and power forwards. And it's Ashik in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Now Gordon.
And you talk about giving the Pelicans time to grow as a young team. Ownership, they're not entirely content to do so. Remember, at the 2013 draft, they traded away the 6th pick and this year's draft pick in exchange for Drew Holiday. So that's a win-now move.
Shot clock at 5. And it's sent back by Irving. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Waiters gets a wide open look, and Cleveland again with the bucket.
And even though Drew Holiday was an all-star in 2013, he's still in his early 20s, relatively young, really young. We'll see in time how that trade pans out on talent, but certainly for Holiday, it's given him a chance to grow with this young roster.
Outside, Davis. Holiday attacking and finished off by Davis.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
All of the above.
And they double him up with LeBron. Love with this screen for Thompson. Here's Irving, and there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Outside Holiday. The dish now to Gordon. Davis setting the pick for Gordon. Good D by Love.
That's not an opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
Now we get a chance to check out LeBron James. What a string of games he's put together here lately. I mean, he's in high gear. Check out the stats. First in scoring, second in field goal percentage, and one of the better passers in the league, in the top 20 in assists per game.
And Steve, we really can't gloss over his ranking as the top scorer in the NBA. I mean, he's the one guy you don't want to see coming out of the opposing locker room.
Waiters on the wing.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Here's Holiday. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Evans against LeBron. Irving with a clean look. Again, the Cavaliers score.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assist. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
He's definitely shaken up. They're using the timeout to let their trainer take a look at it.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Anderson's checked in. There's no reason for these big men to shy away from contact on the inside, because when they get to the foul line, you can see the success they've been having in the past month. And you look at Anderson, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line, and it's nearly automatic.
Well, he's got great rhythm, great form at the foul line, and sometimes we don't see that at the line.
Well, getting to the top spot on that list has always been a goal of his, and he's worked hard to get there, developing a very repeatable stroke. And as you said, it's the kind of form you love to see in anybody, but especially a big guy.
Eric Gordon, a gifted scoring guard who's, Steve, been hampered with injuries throughout his young career.
Well, you think about his first 4 seasons, he's missed almost half of his games, and we saw some of that in Indiana as well when he was in college. But hopefully he can find his health and be consistent in terms of his durability, because he is a terrific offensive weapon.
Good on the second free throw.
And for Gordon, I think the injuries have also held him back on the court. A steady decline in his scoring efficiency year after year since he came into the league. And this was a guy that had tremendous potential until the wheels started to go south. Strong, explosive, aggressive. And it's a shame that he's been hurt as much as he has the last few years.
Anderson, a screen on Waiters. Holiday goes in. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Holiday's got 14.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
And for Gordon last season, his three-point shooting bounced back, but his field goal percentage still in the low 40s. Injuries perhaps hampering the explosiveness that he showed in years past in terms of getting to the rim.
That drops. And that's 15 points for Kevin Love.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
There's the pick. Here's Holiday, and the wide open shot from Evans. Here's Anderson, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And there it is again. That's where their points have been coming today, from the low post.
And even under pressure in tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
Irving with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Irving kicks to LeBron. Feeds it to Waiters. Tries again. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. James left side. And he gets it to go. LeBron's got 21.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Irving against Holiday. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Anderson, a screen on Waiters. Gordon, the pass to Ashik. New Orleans moving it around. Gordon against Waiters, and that one's good. 18 points for Eric Gordon.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Love with the screen for Irving. Kicks it out to James. The 17-footer. Tries again. It's rebounded by New Orleans. And he makes good on the layup. James has got 6 here in this quarter. Pelicans trail by 12. Holiday goes in. Shoots from 12. That is good. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. Love with the screen for James. Pass to Love. That one a little long. The Pelicans shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Here's Evans. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Evans has got it back down to single digits for the Pelicans. Cleveland's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half.
Down here in the Bayou, the Pelicans were a much deadlier team shooting the ball. They really shot well from outside when they played in this building.
For New Orleans, they've gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Holiday. Again, Holiday missing. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Irving with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. The kick out to Irving. Bangs home the trifecta. Irving's got 7 points here in this quarter.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Pass to Holiday. Back to Gordon. Outside Holiday. Evans dishes to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. The shot from the low post is good. Gordon's got 20 points.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Cleveland's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Irving kicks to Waiters. Irving, a screen on Gordon. Kicks it out to Love. Irving passes to Thompson. There's the triple. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bagels in the second.
The kick out to Holiday. Step back shot. Another miss by Holiday.
I thought he'd make that one. That's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
LeBron dishes to Love. Deflects the pass, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
And while we have a moment, let's check out the breakdown for Irving. Over the last month, making major contributions. He's averaging 15 points a game, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. Certainly not numbers he should be disappointed in, but we know what a high standard he holds himself to.
Well, quite honestly, I hope he's not disappointed. I mean, he's been giving them major contributions on a daily basis.
He dishes it to LeBron. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ashik's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Irving. And Holiday kicks to Gordon. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Cavaliers.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And then look at the points in the paint, because they're really winning that battle tonight.
Free throw, good, Anderson.
The Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. The coach and front office questioning the team's effort level.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Miller's checked in for Usher. Salmons comes in for Tyreke Evans. Jimmer Fredetti's checked in for Gordon. And it's Austin Rivers in for Drew Holiday.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the boards.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Well, the Cavs did make some big changes from last season, and they shouldn't have a problem staying motivated or putting in the effort this year.
Well, you know, Kevin, last year they were a very young group and didn't have the vet presence they might have needed. With LeBron coming in, they've got brilliance in every category, leadership and play. He's got the clout of his championship rings. The whole mindset of the team is about to go to a very different and high level.
Davis is checked in for Anderson. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Irving with the ball. He's got 16. LeBron is doubled. The 3. And Irving with the basket on the assist by James. LeBron's got assist number 7 for him tonight. New Orleans with the ball. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Rivers passes to Davis. Salmons dishes to Rivers. And here's Fredette for 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. Varejão's got 5 rebounds tonight. Kicks it to Irving. He feeds it to Varejão. Dishes to LeBron. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3. And another 3 for Cleveland.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Pelicans trailed by 14. Davis setting the pick for Rivers. Davis sets a screen. Here's Fredette. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Oh boy, he is just cold as ice. Oh, ridiculous.
ridiculous. Tore it down that time.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Rivers against Irving. Miller with a screen on Irving. Rivers kicks to Davis. There's the feed to Fredette. Passes it to Rivers. New Orleans moving it around. Davis setting the pick for Salmons. He kicks to Fredette, looking to end the run. Offensive rebound. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 14.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Irving kicks to James. Verajao with a screen on Salmons. Stolen by Rivers. The pass to Fredette. Off target with that shot. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Cavaliers lead by 14. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the 4th quarter of action when we return.
On tap next Monday, December 15th, Al Jefferson and the Charlotte Hornets take on LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, live from Cleveland. Don't miss out.
The Cavaliers leading by 14. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Marion is out there with Anderson Varejao. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Irving. And it's LeBron in at the small forward position. Irving passes to LeBron. Here's the floater. 4 on the clock. He lays it in. James has got 10 points in just the second half.
They've done a terrific job of getting offensive rebounds and then converting those here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
Rivers dishes to Fredette. And that one's good. Now here's LeBron. 1 minute now into this 4th quarter. No one near him. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
That kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Pelicans trail by 16. Here's Rivers. The dish to Davis. And here's Rivers. And here's Fredette for 3. And that one's good.
He had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
The Cavaliers leading by 13. Varejao setting the pick for Irving. Feeds to Dellavedova. That one wide left.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Now Fredette. Pass to Rivers. He dishes it to Fredette. Clock at 6. Out to the wing. Shoots a fader. The shot no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. At one point they led by 16. They get it again. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Irving against Rivers. Fredette with it. Shot is blocked. They recover it. James right side. Back to Irving. Verajao with a screen on Rivers. And there's Verajao. That's good on the assist by Irving. Irving's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. Rivers against Irving. Rivers kicks to Davis with the fadeaway. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face. Couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, made his height advantage count that time.
Marion setting the pick for Irving. Unloads. Fredette grabs the miss. Fredette's got his 3rd rebound on the night. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Rivers passes to Salmons. He feeds it to Fredette. Davis with a screen on Irving. Here's Fredette. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
It hasn't happened as quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
LeBron kicks to Irving. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Pelicans trailed by 14. Now here's Rivers, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. LeBron with it, and it's Miller picking him up. The drive by James. Good. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
Here's Davis. And that one hits back iron.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Marion setting the pick for Irving. Pass to LeBron. Back to Irving. Kicks it to Marion. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Fredette dishes to Rivers. They need this. And Jimmy Fredette hits from deep. Fredette's got a pair of threes here in the 4th quarter for New Orleans.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Irving kicks to James. Verajao with a screen on Salmons. The shot by Verajao, wide open. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Dishes it to Fredette. Davis, the pass to Salmons.
You know, the Pelicans did not have the best overall record last year, but they were a nightmare matchup for a lot of teams in the East and had a really good out-of-conference record.
As you said, the Pelicans did play very well against the East last year. With the division they were in, any trip out East must have felt like a vacation.
First free throw is good. And for the Pelicans, they ended with a 19-11 record against the East. Good mark for a nice young team.
And a nice precedent, Kevin, for a team whose goal is to make the playoffs in the West, which we know how difficult that is. You have to get about 20 out-of-conference wins to be able to be in one of those 8 playoff spots in the Western Conference.
He's off on the second.
Well, few would have predicted back when Kevin Love was drafted 5th out of UCLA in 2008 that he'd become the superstar player we see today. You know, he's transformed his body and expanded his game year after year.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Now they're feeling confident, and they're in a good flow offensively, so why not just keep firing from out there?
The Cavaliers leading by 18. And talk about the physical transformation for Kevin Love. Leaner, quicker, and stronger.
Yeah, credit yoga and Pilates. He's trying to be the very best he can be, and he's putting in the work to do that, so it actually helped him more at the defensive end.
Ashik dishes to Gordon. Salmons against Irving. Clock at 6. Holiday attacking. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Beautiful job angling his body, shielding the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
That's really the only way to do it if you're going to take it down there amongst the tall trees.
So for the Pelicans, Anderson comes in for Davis, and Tyreke Evans subbed in for John Salmons.
Drew Holiday, going into last season, traded from the Sixers to the Pelicans in exchange for 2 first-round picks, and a win-now move for the Pelicans, clearly. But he ended up only playing a little over 2 months after a stress fracture in his ankle.
Love with the screen for Irving. Passes it to Thompson. Now Love inside. Hasek comes up with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 15. And for Holiday, an all-star in 2013, but Steve, he's still very young.
Yeah, just going into his 6th season in the league. Remember, he only played 1 year of college at UCLA, so still very young, still a lot of upside, very talented point guard.
Thompson sets the pick for Irving. On the wing, James. Back to Irving. Here's the 3. Another miss by Irving.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide-open look.
Here's Evans. The feed now to Anderson. Back to Evans. Thompson against Anderson. Holiday attacking. A floater. Here's Hasek. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
LeBron outside. LeBron is doubled. Love kicks to Thompson. Second shot opportunity. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Look at what Love has done so far. 8 rebounds and also a block shot.
At the line for the Cavaliers, Kevin Love, taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Love.
Well done again. He doesn't have the same problems at the line that plague some of the NBA's other big men.
Outside Holiday. Here's Evans. The Cavaliers pull it in. Love with the screen on Gordon. Now Love inside. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. 21 points for Love.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Holiday with it. Guarded now by Kevin Love. Evans against LeBron. Evans passes to Hasek. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Irving kicks to Thompson. And the pass to LeBron. Back to Thompson, and stolen by Gordon. Here's Holiday. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. James has got the glass covered here tonight. Gets a wide open look. No good from outside.
He's normally a really big threat from long range. Struggling right now. He might need to mix his game up a little bit.
Holiday attacking right at the free throw line. And the shot is good. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter. Cleveland leading by 13. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Holiday against Waiters. Back to LeBron. Love outside. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. New Orleans has gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And that one's good. 22 points for Eric Gordon.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
James dishes to Irving. And Waiters kicks to Love. Shot clock at 6. Thompson sets the pick for Love. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Having a little more difficulty getting the ball inside here. The defense has done a much better job collapsing on them when they throw it inside. Double teaming and being active with their feet and hands.
Tristan Thompson, a really nice hustle player and defender. Chance to be a double-double guy. But, you know, as a former number 4 pick overall, I think expectations were probably a little too high for him. But he's turned into a very solid NBA player.
And Thompson, with really good length and athleticism, I still think he's developing his footwork and craftiness inside as far as understanding how to create angles to get his shot off. But he's young, and there's plenty of time, and he's shown plenty of promise.
Anderson, a screen on Irving. Outside Holiday. And 1:01 left in the fourth. 6 to shoot. Outside Gordon. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And Thompson made progress on his mid-range jump shot in year 2. Then last season, Steve, he switched his shooting hand entirely.
And, you know, pretty impressive results for year 1 of the experiment. I mean, that's where you never know. He could become a much better shooter over time with that right hand. We'll see.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Well, Drew Holiday, part of the basketball family. Of course, he played at UCLA, but both of his parents played at Arizona State.
And for Drew Holiday, you know, you talk about his family. His brother and sister have both won state titles. And his father, in his 50s, can still throw down a 360 dunk. Now, I'm looking at you.
No, it's not happening here. Come on. I know he's got some good DNA, but 360 dunks at 50? Although Drew is real deal. His youngest brother is a star in the making, playing in high school in Los Angeles right now.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Rivers. No good. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. Dellavedova, the pass to Waiters. Verajao with a screen on Rivers. Stolen by Withy. And here's Rivers. And stolen by Love. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And now down to Doris Burke, who is courtside, standing by with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Congratulations, LeBron, on this win. What were the contributing factors to how well this team played tonight?
Came out with a lot of intensity. Offensively, we moved the ball, and everyone was involved. And defensively, try to get as many stops as possible, and we was able to do it.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.